So not too long ago, we talked about the Mantle testnet and the fact that they might be doing an airdrop at some point. But today, we have some brand new tasks on the list that we can do in order to maximize our chances of an airdrop. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the D.Fi channel, and today we're going to be having a look at Mantle. Mantle is of course a chain that has BitDAO behind it, so it's no doubt a well-funded project. Last time we talked about playing around with their bridge as well as their default apps, but today we now have some more developments. So if you haven't checked out our previous video on an airdrop, you're going to want to check out this one over here. And without the way, let's jump right into today's video. So the first thing that we'll be looking at is the Mantle ecosystem main page right over here. This is where you want to go if you want to find the latest projects in the Mantle testnet. As you can see, if we scroll down, we have several options down here. There's the Click app, there's the FusionX app, and we'll be having a look at some of these apps today. Specifically, we are looking at DeFi. So let's have a look at what we have first. And first on the list, we have none other than FusionX. As you can see, this is a DEX that is running on the Mantle testnet, and we all love DEXs because they're just so easy to play with when we're trying to chase those airdrops. All you're going to want to do is to make several trades and perhaps add some liquidity to the DEX. So let's have a look at how you can go about doing this. The first thing that you will need is to get some tokens from the faucet. So as you can see, I will need to send a tweet. Just go ahead and make that tweet on a Twitter account you're comfortable with. And once you're done with making the tweet, you'll then want to authorize the app to work with the FusionX dApp. Now that we have verified our tweet, we can get our tokens. So now that the tokens are being transferred into the wallet, it shouldn't be long before we can start playing around with Mantle. And as you can see, the tokens have now been sent successfully. So we can then head over to this page over here where we can actually make several trades. So let's say I wanted to trade some FSX into BIT. All I need to do is enter the amount that I want to trade, enable the swap by approving the contract, confirming that transaction within our MetaMask, and once that is done, we can go ahead and make a swap. So as you can see, all you need to do is then click swap and confirm that transaction in your MetaMask, and you would have done the first task of the day. The other thing that you can do now that you have all these test tokens in your wallet is to head over to the liquidity page where you can add some liquidity to the pool. So as you can see, there are these mock USDC, DAI, and USDT coins, and what we can do is to add some of them to the pool. So let's say I wanted to add 4 test USDT to the pool as well as 22 BIT. All I need to do is once again approve the spend for USDT and then add the liquidity to the pool once that is all said and done. So those have been the steps that you can take in order to play around with FusionX. As you can see, they are in fact running an incentivized testnet. So this definitely points at some promise of a potential airdrop, if not some sort of incentive in the future. So FusionX, one that you do not want to miss. Now let's move on to the second dApp on the list for today. But before we do that, now's a good time to check out the D.Fi scanner, especially if you're playing with all these brand new contracts in DeFi. If you have been in the DeFi space for long enough, you will know that rug pulls are everywhere. So we have devised this antivirus program that allows you to make sure that the token that you're about to invest in is safe before you actually go ahead and buy. All you need to do is enter the contract address into this search bar over here, and in seconds, you'll be able to arrive at an audit. So the contract will automatically be assigned a D.Fi security score. In this case, we're looking at a high-risk token. And if we scroll down, we can then have a look at some of the issues in the code, such as this transfer limit over here. You'll also be able to do some token liquidity analysis to understand whether or not this token is locked and has a large locked supply, or have a look at the top 10 token holders and how much of the token supply is held by these whales. So do check this out, a really useful tool if you want to stay safe in DeFi. With that out of the way, let's jump right back into today's video where we'll be moving on to the second app of the day. And that is going to be none other than Pulsar Protocol. As you can see, Pulsar is yet another automated market maker, or AMM. They aim to use this TWAMM mechanism to lower slippage. So let's have a look at their app right now. And jumping over to the dApp, what we see is a really similar interface to what you would see from a standard Uniswap fork. And what you want to do is to go ahead and make a small swap. So as you can see, what you can do is to enter a small amount of BIT tokens tokens and wait for this thing to load. Once that is done, and if there's liquidity, as you can see, this is relatively low liquidity, you can then go ahead and make that transaction. Finally, you can make use of the term swap feature, which allows you to place an order that expires in a certain number of blocks. So all in all, those have been the things that you can do right now on the Mantle testnet. This is really early days, so if you want to jump into it, this is the time to do so. So hopefully you found this video informative and interesting. If you liked it, do leave a like down below and consider subscribing to this channel. And if you haven't seen our previous video on an airdrop, you're going to want to check out this one over here. With all that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.